Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Breakdown. And it's been an interesting year for wrestling, and I'll be honest, I haven't been too excited with what's going on, but Extreme Rules got me excited for wrestling again. And it really kind of ignited. Now, I didn't watch the pre show, but I know what happened. Um, with that being said, and I saw Raw last night, I will be doing a Raw, like a weekly thing. Hopefully from now on out, at least to give you my thoughts on what happened. Sometimes I don't get to see it completely, just because we live busy lives and it's kind of hard to see all the wrestling, especially with all the wrestling going on now. I do want to start doing more reviews on this channel, so hopefully if you guys enjoy them, definitely give me a thumbs up and leave comments down below. Let me know you want to see more. Um, I do love wrestling. I always continue to watch it. There's been tons of reviews that I've actually recorded, but then it's kind of pointless to put them up because, in my opinion, it's already passed. And a lot of times there'll be weekly reviews and things like that about Raw and SmackDown, in which it kind of pointless after the fact. I left my drink over. Let me get a drink real quick. You get to see all my mess behind me, my baby stuff and everything. Anyways, so let's talk about Extreme Rules real quick. So in the pre-show, which I didn't watch, uh, I believe the first match was Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese. I don't know what happened, but the way it seems, I think Drew Gulak won. Seems a pretty good. Seems like a pretty good thing. I mean, who knows? He may have lost, but I mean that's a good match to start the show. I kind of hate that. 205 Live kind of keeps getting the short end of the stick. Um, it's kind of lame, but their story is not super strong right now, so it kind of makes sense that the people that their stories are not super strong should be on the pre-show, to be completely honest. And it's just the fact that if something's not getting over, has to go on the pre-show. Now, barring it being a world title match or something like that, like it can't go on the pre-show. Of course, that'd be ridiculous. Um, but Finn Balor and Nakamura, which they didn't advertise really. I never seen it advertised. Didn't know it was on the pre-show, or I would have watched it. Finn Balor lost the Intercontinental Championship on the pre-show. That's crazy to say. In which I think the triple threat match for the SmackDown titles probably should have been on the pre-show, to be completely honest. It was okay, but I think, the Revival match was really good. So I don't know if that should have been on the pre-show. But of all the matches, I don't know. Like, I kind of think that maybe even the Lashley Strowman match could have been on the pre-show. There's some matches I think that they think highly of, but they're not that great, and they could have put them on the pre-show and put the IC title match on the pre-show or on the main show. Anyway, but yeah, Finn Balor lost the title to Nakamura. I've seen the ending. I mean, if you haven't watched Extreme Rules yet, you shouldn't be watching this. You shouldn't watch reviews of pay-per-view you've never seen before anyway. So I'm going to talk about spoilers about what happened. So if you haven't seen what happened on the show, then why are you watching this? But Finn Balor went for the coup de grace. He missed. Nakamura moved out of the way. Nakamura hit him with one Kinshasa. Then ran to the other corner, hit him with another Kinshasa. It was done. If I say things wrong, then my teeth are kind of loose right now while I'm doing this video. So, any people haven't followed me lately on previous videos, I do have dentures, so I may sound a little bit weirder than I had in the past. All right. But then we got to the main show. And I think that was only, there was 2 matches on the pre-show. There may have been some interviews. I don't talk about interviews. If you watch my reviews, I just talk about matches. I talk about my thoughts, storyline progress. And Finn Balor and Shinsuke, I seen Raw. They're moving away from it. So I kind of, the traditionalist in me hates that the rematch thing is gone. But to me, it kind of inserts a better way to move on from the story. So if the story was awful, then they can move on from it. But honestly, the Balor and Shinsuke match, I don't think was the end of what we've seen from them. And on Raw, things happen. and I'll talk about that in the weekly review. Hopefully, if I get that up this week. I'm gonna try and be setting schedules and stuff for me. Hopefully, I keep saying that, but then it never happens. Um, but hopefully, I get that going this week. But that story is really good. Shinsuke and Balor are actually telling a really good story, and this was kind of like pre-Heyman, Eric Bischoff taking over creative. This coming week, I think, is when they kind of sometime in the near future is when they take over, and I think they're kind of integrating into the thing right now. It feels like, because Extreme Rules was a great pay-per-view. First of all, my overall thoughts for Extreme Rules before the main show, where I talked about the first match for the main show, this pay-per-view is really, really good. Barring the last two matches, which should have been the best, to be honest, it wasn't that great. The last two matches were not that great. They didn't entertain me, but all the matches up until that point, even if I would have seen a pre-show, I think they would have did a better job than the last two matches on the card. I don't know. We'll get to that when we get to that. So the first match, they actually had The Undertaker and Roman Reigns took on Shane and Drew. Awesome match, got the crowd going. They went a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a 25-minute match. I don't know the times on the matches, but they seemed like they wrestled forever. But it was entertaining. It kept your attention, whatever. If I go out of order, I might go out of order. Who knows? I'll probably forget a match. You never know. But yeah, it was a really, really good match. Undertaker and Roman got the win. Elias got involved. That's interesting. It kind of makes you think where they're going to go at SummerSlam with it. If Taker's going to be back, I think he will. I think this may be. We always say we think it may be his last hurrah, and then it never is. So I don't know. When it eventually does, I hope this make it mean something. I always thought there should be a younger guy that he's going to put over. Maybe it'll be Drew. Maybe it'll be Elias. But I don't think Elias is the guy to really hand over all the lifeblood of the Undertaker to. I think Drew is a really good choice, though. And if Undertaker likes Drew, which I've heard, maybe he can, go with that. Then I think we got Bayley versus Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. This is a pretty good match. I kind of thought that Alexa and Nikki might win. Just because of what might have been coming down the road, which I don't know. Something to do with Sasha, but Sasha wasn't there last night. I thought they were dropping hints that she might be there. Thought she might be on Raw. She wasn't on Raw. So I don't know what's going on with that. Kind of interesting to see where that goes. I think Sasha's just waiting on her contract. That's what I think. Having problems here, sorry. All right, hold on. Intermission. Having problems back here. Don't mind me. All right. Okay, we're back. Teeth are getting a little crazy in there. Anyways, but I think the Bayley match and Nikki Cross and Alexa was a really good match. And from there, that was two matches in that I'd seen, and I was excited for the show already. I was like, man, this is really good. Like, they're letting them wrestle and things like that. Bayley looked pretty good. It was kind of boring at the beginning, but then it picked up, near the end. So it's pretty good. Then we got Usos and a Revival. Awesome match. Holy crap. It was amazing. Revival, they give them time to wrestle, and they show you why they were so popular in NXT. That they proved it. So how long have we been waiting for this? So we finally get Revival being able to wrestle on the main show. And they put on a tremendous match. They proved why people were wanting to see them do real wrestling. Awesome. They look great. I'm trying to think what came on after that. This is where it probably just gets a little... Oh, I think it was Strowman. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to go out of order probably. let's go ahead and talk about the other tag team match. So we had Heavy Machinery, the New Day, Big E, and Xavier Woods. And we had Daniel Bryan and Rowan. This match was kind of it dragged so much, but they gave so much to Heavy Machinery to do in this match. And I don't know, maybe that's what it was. I'm just not into them. But I mean, it was an entertaining match, but it just kind of drug and drug and drug. And then finally, it picked up near the end, and New Day won the titles. I don't know. This match probably could have went on a pre-show and put the IC title on the main show. That's what I think should have happened. Because this match was kind of blah. And it felt like, even though there was a title change, the IC title changed too. So I think it would have been better to put that match on the main show. Maybe had the thing that happened on Raw happen on the main show at the Extreme Rules. It would have added more to it. Anyway. Lashley and Strowman, holy crap. That match was very, very entertaining. I don't think anyone expected that. Like I said, all these matches I've talked about so far, they're really good. Like, they let them go out there and wrestle. Minus the triple threat match was, like I said, it drug in places, but it was entertaining there throughout. I liked where, let's go back to the triple threat tag team match. There was a moment where Otis acted like he was going to dive over the top rope, and it was really, really funny. He built up to it, and then when he got to get ready to jump on the ropes, he stopped right in front of the ropes and just left and then leapt off the apron. It was kind of funny, though. Because everybody had did their flips and stuff, except for Tucker. Tucker did a jump off the top rope onto him, which I think he could have did a dive, to be completely honest. But who knows? He probably would have overshot it or something and hurt somebody. But I mean, they seem like they're really talented, Heavy Machinery. But yeah, anyway. But New Day's got the tag titles. Not much to say about that. But then Lashley and Strowman, holy crap, they tore the house down. And I think that might have been the third match on the card, or fourth match on the card, whatever I was getting to. That was very entertaining. No one knew, I think, they were going to go all around the building and everything. And then, you know, because you say last man standing match, that's not usually what that means. But they did that in the past with that kind of match. But I don't think they expected to do that. And they went to the merch stand. They went to, you know, through the area. They went through the crowd a lot. It was just very, you know, I think it was with the crowd and everything. The crowd got super into it. You know, Strowman's really, really over. And the problem is, though, if you put a big guy as the world champion, it gets kind of rough to even have credibility that these little guys that are now in the company are going to have a shot to beat him. And that's the biggest problem, I think, ever. But if you can get him over without having a title, I think that's the biggest thing, I think. In which all these matches that, you know, the winner faces the world champion, if he could somehow just not get past that, then that's cool. And you just keep him, you know, facing other people. And, you know, eventually you have to put the belt on him. I think that just comes with it, is that eventually Strowman is going to get the belt. But I think it's going to be a big deal. And it may be this year. It may be this year that he gets the belt from Lesnar, because we'll talk about that later. I think everybody's pissed. Everybody's got to be pissed off about that. Anyways, but then we got, I think, Ricochet and AJ Styles. This match is really good. It wasn't as, I think this is one of the matches where, like, a lot of people thought it was going to be match of the night, to be completely honest. And it was really good. But I don't think it lived up to the hype of what it could have been. I think the biggest thing about this is to think that AJ Styles is a bad guy. And they really are going to put that over. And Gallows and Anderson were there, and they were there to help AJ win the title. It happened. AJ beat Ricochet and got the U.S. title. I didn't think he would lose the title this quick. But seeing that AJ was facing him, I didn't want to not expect that. Because I really did. I really wasn't surprised that he won the title. But I thought they were trying to build up Ricochet to be something. And on Raw, it was okay the way to handle on Raw, but for what happened at the pay-per-view, there should have been more things happen there. Like Ricochet should have got up and immediately attacked them or something like that, you know, and they beat him up after the match too. So you know the story's not done there, and you know it's going to be interesting, and you know they're going to have the blow-off match. When the blow-off match actually happens, I mean, hopefully it goes on for a little bit. You know, I think that's the problem with wrestling today is the feuds just don't stay long enough. They need really long, drawn-out feuds because that's what's happened to a long time ago. That's why it was so popular. That's why You know, you have two guys who literally have feuded and feuded and feuded, and people just remember, like, remember that feud? You can't say that nowadays because no feud lasts longer than a couple months. And if it does, it usually is not done right, and people don't want to see it anymore. They just do it until people get tired of it, and that's not the way they should do it. They should do it until literally the story is done, not when people get tired of it. Don't just keep having stipulated matches just because it has to. Follow the story. When the story is done, the story is done. You know, tell a story. And I think that's one of the biggest problems in wrestling now. But yeah, Ricochet lost it. Decent match. Like I said, not the best, but like I said, average matches going through. The card was pretty good. I was being entertained by the show so far. I'm missing a match somewhere, I think. Kevin Owens beat Dolph Ziggler in like under a minute. That was entertaining. As soon as Ziggler came out, I was like, please don't let this be like a 15-minute match, because I just don't. I can't stand Ziggler anymore. They need to do something with him. His character, he needs to retire, something. I have no idea. They need to do something. Put him with a valet. I have no idea. Something's not right with him. I just don't like watching him wrestle anymore. He's boring. He's just super boring to me. Am I missing anything? Like, what am I missing? Oh, okay. Kofi and Samoa Joe. So this match was, and I'm probably going to have haters on this about what I say, but to me, Kofi is done. Like, he needs to lose the title. When him and Daniel Bryan ended their feud, Ziggler was the first person that he faced. That killed all momentum that he had. Even letting Dolph Ziggler get anything over on him killed any momentum that he had. They ruined him. They should have put Joe with him immediately. They didn't do him any justice. They killed anything he had. And in this match with Joe literally, I think, had to go slow so that this guy could do what he had to do. And you could just tell in this match, like, sometimes the pace had to be slowed down. So Kofi, and I know it sounds really stupid because Joe is the bigger guy. You think that Kofi would be able to keep up. But it just seemed like at times they had to slow down because Kofi couldn't keep up with him. Or some of the spots they had to make sure to get him right so that it made Kofi look better. I don't know. Something about this match, it just didn't click with me. And the way it ended was kind of lame. One, your finisher is a spinning kick. There's better spinning kicks in the business than Kofi's Trouble in Paradise. It's not believable anymore. Joe should have won the title. They should have passed it then. Ended this whole thing. I'm done with Kofi. I think that his time is up. We need to move on. Move on. Let him go back to doing the New Day stuff. Retire if he wants to. I don't care. I've never been a huge fan of Kofi. It's not because of his color. You could be whatever color you want. I like Lashley. I like, who else is a different, I like Nakamura. I'm not racist or anything like that. But it's just the fact that when somebody's not getting over, and some people like that guy and act like they like that guy, but when the match is not that great, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Joe is being wasted right now. He's being wasted. And I really hope he wins the title at some point. But maybe in the back of his mind, he's like, no, don't give me any titles. But he's already won the U.S. and I think an Intercontinental title before. So I think he just won the U.S., I think. Hasn't he? I don't remember. Anyways. So yeah, Joe loses once again. And then Kofi's on his little parade of wins for no reason. Am I forgetting anything else? I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything else. Besides the main event, before I get to there. If I forgot a match, I apologize. I'm thinking I'm forgetting like a regular match that they had. And I'm forgetting. Either it wasn't very good or I'm just not remembering the match. I have no idea. I think I'm forgetting a match somewhere. I have no idea. Anyway, the main event came. Seth. And like I said, Kofi and Joe match, like, you know, you just heard my thoughts on that. Kind of blah. Didn't like the ending. Didn't like, because literally, he whipped Joe to the rope. Or Joe came off the ropes. He whipped Joe to the rope. Joe went back to the rope. He came back to the rope again. And then he hits Trouble in Paradise. And that's how the match ends. Kind of a blah ending. And then we get the next match, which 34 minutes, I checked the time, 34 minutes left. by the end of the show. Literally like 11-minute highlight promo at the end of the night, which that's fine. I'm not against the promos before the matches because it kind of just lets you replay the story before they get to. I'm okay with that. Plus, it's a good time to pause or go run to the bathroom real quick while the promo plays or whatever the highlight package plays. I'm fine with that. They didn't do a lot of that last night, though. They didn't, and that's good because that means I could fit maybe a couple more matches on the card by doing that. But they did it during the main event, which makes sense. It's the main event. Becky, Seth take on Lacey and Baron. This is kind of an interesting match, but some of the parts just kind of dragged. I don't know what to really say about the match. That could have been done better, but it seems to me the pacing, like when it first started, was really good. They got Kendo Sticks, started beating the crap out of him. I'm like, oh yeah. But then as the match started going, it was kind of like, okay, they're dragging, and it was interesting until it got halfway through the match. And then it just gets to the point where, okay, what's happening now? It picked up as soon as Baron Corbin hit in the days on Becky Lynch, and then Seth went ballistic. Hit Blackout twice, I think 2 or 3 times on Baron Corbin, I think. Wins the match. Lacey's booking it as soon as she sees Seth flipping out. Done. The music's done. Baron rolls out of the ring. Seth's crawling around on the ring. He's frantic. He's tired. Brock Lesnar's music hits. And immediately I screamed no at the TV because I knew what was about to happen. This is ridiculous, WWE. Why are we doing this? Let's put the title on Brock 500 times. It's stupid. It's not entertaining. It's not even a heel thing. We're fucking tired of seeing Brock Lesnar. And let me tell you about Monday Night Raw. It pissed me off so bad. It pissed me so fucking off. These casual fans. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say. Lesnar's music hits on Monday Night Raw. They fucking cheer. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, seriously? Do they want to see Lesnar as, like, world champion forever? It's like, it's so irritating to see them completely shove Brock Lesnar down our throats, and the casual fans, they're fine with it. The people that watch it week in, week out, we're tired of seeing it. And yet, they just let it happen all the time. We're just going to keep booking Lesnar to lose the title at WrestleMania to whoever he faces. Stupid. It's not working. This is 1990, late 80s. That's how they booked it back then. Where the person that won at the Royal Rumble, or whoever babyface is hot at the moment, faced the world champion at WrestleMania, battled him, and walked out with the title. It doesn't work nowadays. It's not like that anymore. Stop doing that. We don't care. We want to see athletic events in the ring in pro wrestling. We don't want to see this crap. AEW is giving us everything we want from pro wrestling, and WWE is just standing there continuing to repeat what they're doing. It had a really good show at Extreme Rules, and the bad taste in your mouth was left during the main event. It's like having that great piece of pie, and right at the end of eating that pie, a bug lands on your food. You didn't know it. You take the last bite, you get that bug taste in your mouth, you spit it out, you're not hungry anymore. It's kind of like that. They had a really good show. People probably would have gave it like a B+. They probably gave it like a B- now, because that kind of brought it down, to be completely honest. And I would probably give the show a B- because for everything they did right, the Brock Lesnar thing brought it down. The AJ Ricochet, probably people thought was going to be the best match on the card. Probably wasn't. Aleister Black and Cesaro, for God's sakes. Yeah, that probably was a match of the night, to be completely honest. And I don't think that's surprising, because people knew that Aleister Black is amazing. And they finally gave him a chance to wrestle in the middle of the ring. Amazing. I mean, but incredible that all the good matches, and then you get to the very end of the show, and the World Championship matches, things involving the main event scene, trash. It's like, they're kind of saying something, that the people they have up high are not the ones that should be up high. I love Seth Rollins, okay? I love Seth Rollins, but is he ready for the main event scene? After what I see on Raw last night, I do think he is, but I think they were going down the wrong path. And hopefully, with the new booking, they'll put him on the right path to go right back to the world title, and we'll see a better Seth Rollins and a better storytelling to make him look better. Because I don't think he was looking very good. He was looking very, very weak. And I don't think he should look that way. He's a pretty strong wrestler, I think. He can do a lot of things. He's up there with Ricochet and AJ, I think. But just to get him there and have the perception of him being that good is what they need to work on. Becky still has ways to go, I think. I don't think she has her foothold in the mainstream yet. I think she still needs to work on a few things. But she looks very good. I think her speaking ability, the way she enunciates and the way she talks in her promos is probably something she needs to work on, in my opinion. She does do a decent job, but it comes off kind of corny, and she needs to come off, I think, a little bit stronger. I don't know how to explain that. I think if people know wrestling really well, and if you've watched it over the years, you know what I'm talking about. Like, something about her, like something about her promo skills are just a little off. She needs to be a little bit stronger, come across with more conviction, I think, or something. I have no idea. Something about that just doesn't work. But yeah, Lesnar ends the show, world title. I saw something about Ronda Rousey coming back. I thought she was going to come down at the end of the show. It ended up being Brock instead. So I think Ronda might be coming back too. So maybe she'll face Becky at SummerSlam, even though on Raw last night, I think Natalya won the match. Where are they going with that? Anyways, I didn't see it, so I don't know how good. Raw was really good when I seen of it, though. But I'll talk about that later. After I hopefully get to watch SmackDown tomorrow, or yeah, probably tomorrow. I'll watch a little bit of that, or watch it. So there you go. Extreme Rules 2019. Pretty good. I was excited for it. 24/7 had a little bit of segment on. I think didn't have a little. I think they have a little bit of segment on there. I don't remember what they had. They had anything on there or not. I don't think they had anything on there. They had on Raw, I think. But yeah, that kind of surprised me too. 24/7 stuff on the pay per view, but I think that's kind of good. Leave it alone for now because I think the creative, like I said, it's changing. So they'll figure out ways to integrate that into pay per view shows and things like that. But yeah, all in all, really really good pay per view. Extreme Rules. I think it's a good start to what they're doing. So hopefully, if this is a good start to where they're heading, where there's a lot more matches, they'll let the wrestlers actually go out and wrestle. Oh Lord, who would have thunk? Anyways. Great matches, though. Like I said, except for the last two matches, really good. Like I said, I didn't see the pre-show, but I assume they probably put on pretty good matches, too. So my opinion was that everybody went out and probably did their best, and they did a pretty good job. I think they have to be able to have... this is my assumption is you have this much amount of time, go make yourself look like $1 million in that amount of time. And they probably gave them a little extra time last night to go out and do it. And that's all they needed. And I think that as long as you could do that, go tell a really good story. Aleister Black and Cesaro was not that long, but I think it was the best match of the card, in my opinion. I think after that, I think the first match, Undertaker Roman, or Shane Drew, I think it was a really good match too. It was kind of colluded, and you knew it was going to get that way though. It was pretty good too. It was really good. Laid out a great story. Lashley Strowman, surprising. Something told me about this match, though. When we went in Extreme Rules and they announced that match, I'm like, I have a feeling that's going to be something that we're not expecting. I had a feeling that was going to be something that was going to be better than what we expected. So, yeah. I figured the tag matches wouldn't be that great. Revival was pretty good. But, yeah, there you go. Put your comments down below what you thought about Extreme Rules 2019. Did you like the last two matches? Did you like the ones involving the main event scene? What do you think about them? I think Kofi's done. I think you need to get the belt off of him. I think he's losing thing. They did the thing with the finger during the match, but whatever. It didn't work for me. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, all the good jazz. I can't talk today. Subscribe for more content. Hopefully I'll get more reviews up. But I thank you for everybody that continues to watch me and continues to comment and like and everything. More reviews on the way. Keep rocking. Keep watching wrestling. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.